Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of the longer breakdowns because I was at the arena. I couldn't do the breakdown at the arena. My trip in Berlin was fantastic. I got to meet all of my homies. I met with Nuktak, Papa Smithy, Mithy. I saw Bwipo for a while. I went to meet Razork as well. I met up with Don Jake and his cameraman Callum. I missed some of the homies. I met Kitty for the first time. It was a very busy trip. Like, so I traveled in 7 in the morning. I did the stream in the arena. It was kind of annoying because we had some lags there, but shit happens, you know. Like, Riot did their best to try to fix it. Tolkien had also lags, and Tolkien was also someone that I met there. I got to interview Maokai, which was pretty cool. Maokai, world champion, coach of top esports after they 2-0 down one. I interviewed Mowgli, spoke to Mowgli. It was super, super cool. He introduced me to Zeka and Kingen, of course, because Mowgli was the coach of DRX together with Song back in the day. But I took the same night, I took the train home. So basically 0:30, I took the train. I arrived home at 6 a.m. this morning. And that's the business, you know? What is this Tolkien clip? What is this Tolkien clip? Oh no!
Alright, can I give you the headset?
Oh no, that is
Alright, can I give you the headset?
damn! Oh my days! Oh! Oh, that made my day. All right. That makes the G2 loss easier to deal with. I think we start with G2. Let's start with this day, and then let's go on to the top esports DK and how I fly day. All right. Oh shit, man. Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious. Thank you for sending that, man. That's fucking funny, man. All right, game number 1. So in my breakdown, right, I talked about how it will be important for G2 to make the support matchup melee versus melee, and to create a circumstance where they have push on bot, and then to deny T1 the Orianna. They did it in a different way by first picking Nocturne. I thought that they're going to pick Rel 1, 2, 3. People had issues with the Jax pick, but this is just something that you need to do and deal with when it comes to being blue side. You need to figure out a way to blind pick a top laner, and that's super important. Either you pick Jax, you pick Gnar, you pick Isante, depending on which type of a player you are. Some people pick Renek here, some people pick Rumble. It all depends on what kind of a player you are. You can pick Rumble, right? And that's one way. Some people pick Isante, whatever, you know? People having issue with G2 draft, I think the draft was really not the problem. Like, it turns out that fucking Zeus is insanely good on every champ that he plays. He picked Gragas. You kind of just pick your poison, you know? You pick the Gnar, you get countered by the Jax. You pick the Kisante, you get countered by the Gnar. It's like on red side, T1 will be able to counter, and that's what it is. In some cases, people can pick AD on 3 and then leave support and top lane to 4-5, and then you don't get to, then the enemy needs to reveal one lane on 4. But this is a usual draft structure that we see, right? When you go into 4-5, the blind pick becomes harder for top. I thought G2, I knew they would ban Kalista on blue. I think this was a good angle. I thought they're going to target junglers, but I guess they figured that, oh, if we're going to ban Vi and this, then they're going to get Skarner anyway. In my mind, I thought, when I saw Ari and I saw Skarner, I was kind of happy. Because in my mind, I think that this champion for Owner is the most dangerous one. I don't think they're going to ever lose playing Vi. I really, really don't think they're ever going to lose against Vi. People that have issue with the Nocturne, it's like Nocturne first pick. People think that Nocturne is good against Orianna. So this secures the Nocturne Orianna combo, and I think Nocturne Orianna combo is quite strong in circumstances where Yone and Aurora are out. I think that draft wasn't the issue for G2. Sure, if you want to make the argument, they needed to cocktail it up more because they are heavy underdog against T1. I think that's an argument you can make, but I think the draft was definitely not the problem today. I think the G2 underperformed. I think the G2 underperformed in the sense that, not that I think that T1 shouldn't beat them. They just did mistakes in areas where I thought they should be good. Like in terms of how they played their macro and how they overcommit on sides. This looks very strange to me. I was quite disappointed with how G2 played today. I thought it was really, really bad. But nevertheless, I think draft-wise, I think they ended up in a good place. Enemy is very magic damage heavy. They have Merc's value. They have push on bot. They have a Nocturne Orianna combo. They have Jax to Gragas. But you have to pick your poison. You really have to pick your poison. Keep in mind all the options. It's like everyone that doesn't like the Jax pick. The big criticism you can do, if anything, against G2 is the fact that they don't play Rumble. Or don't want to play Rumble. That's a fair criticism, right? Because Rumble could be good. Right? Rumble could be good. Because it was the same, right? Here he picked Gnar, and then the enemy got Jax. Zeus is just pretty fucking good when he gets to counter, right? T1 was the favorite team today, but let's take a look at the game one. Which one is this? This is game one. This is game one. I'm running on fumes, as I mentioned before, right? Yeah, European Rumble has always been shit. Like, even Rumble was even more OP. Pre-nerfs, we never got any Rumble play. I think Caps did a good job of dodging ganks. A very interesting clear from Owner, where he did bottom side into cross through mid into top side, which made Nocturne get double. Mickey died level 1 because he just, you died in a trap. It looked like a great start because like Caps was flowing, like he kept his flash in these moments, which is super, super cool. I can also show the moment before on the drive-by of Owner. Like this was, look how stone cold Caps was. I was like, damn, I'm getting gassed up here. Kind of reminded me of like that. You remember when they opened the game against T1 and they were like at MSI when he was so far ahead on Tristana and he was popping and then he roamed into top. You guys remember that game? And then all of a sudden couldn't crush into mid and then all of a sudden the game just shifted. And nevertheless, we continue. So Caps and Nocturne deny the gank, and they get the 2v2 kill on bottom side, which is super good too. Hansama on Draven, very strong lane, and they managed to get the kill on Keria. I think that, in terms of the prep, I think they got T1 where they wanted them. But I think that G2 played some sequences quite bad, and then T1 was playing really fucking good, I think. How did T1 lose against Damwon? I really don't know. Like when me and Dom were watching, I was so certain that Damwon's going to be the team that doesn't make it out of regionals. I was so certain. I thought KT and T1's going to beat them for free, bro. I had by some miracle to beat T1. Like T1 really played bad. And I think it comes down to, it's like T1's performance. It's like in playoffs and in regionals, I think that Owner was not playing good. And now he's playing Owner like... And now Owner's playing like a god again. Like his form is really up and down. It's like... Depends on the month. It really, really depends on the month, man. It's like if the month is even, then he is fantastic. Because I think there's definitely arguments for Owner being the best performing jungler in the Swiss stage, you know. But okay, we continue. We get the cash out on Hansi, and here we have a situation where Hansi is matched against Zeus, and he should be stronger on this spot, right? BBTP top earlier, so he stayed, and they're playing for the grubs. Cool, fine. Hansama looks for a trade, and this is a moment where Hansama can outplay. Because him dying here makes such a big difference. Like at any point, if he just flashes the Gragas E here, that's a kill, bro. That's a kill. I think that he kills if he flashes forward. It's a tough play to make, but you need to be able to make this play. You need to be able to make this play. Zeus fucking Woody Fruities him, the Q on, he kites, waits for CD of E, and then Hansama with poor usage of flash dies. And now you have the circumstance where the TP Gragas bot gets to push in. Draven loses CS, and he crashes the wave. Like, this is such a big gold swing. You can't cleanse flashing knockups doesn't work anymore. They removed that aspect of it. Okay, I think Hansama, like, you need to be able to make this mechanical play if you want to be able to, you know, win. Because this, like, he could outplay this. The situation was really good. G2 won topside, while Draven should be stronger with the BF sword, I think, into the Gragas there, you know? Because the trade initially is fucking brilliant, you know? The trade he finds on Zeus in the first place is really good. Like here, like, this is really good. He crosses between a minion, punishes on the cannon. Like, this is really well done. This trade is really good that he finds this. But even here, if he just walks away now after picking up Axe, he won already, you know? He won already, bro. We continue. I think the T1, I think Korea has had, like, his Rakan game and Leona game looks better than any of his regional games too. I think he's done a good job of, like, being in tune a little bit more on side. He still has the habit of putting all his vision around mid, where he can, like, maybe open on side and put vision for his side laners and then go into mid. I think this is something I want to see more from Korea, because that's like one of the main things that is missing. But he's defending the dives good, and I think that was kind of the hallmark of this game. It's going to be a grub fight that comes up, which to me is fantastic for G2. Because here, Jax is on bottom side on time. You have Draven in top. They don't find the gank. Draven has sums. Gragas is basing late and is late into bottom side. Faker, they have very, very bad lane assignment here. Because T1 is in bottom side with Faker, no TP for the grub spawn. And Gragas needs to base and go bot, which means that on this wave that is coming, Jax is going to push, bro. That defeat logo is so big. Look at that, bro. Oh my days. It's almost scary. So here in this spot, right, the lane assignment is much better for G2. I think that it's really, really good that Caps manages to get prio practically against 3 people on the mid wave. This ward placement is very nice too. That's why this pink ward needs to be placed a little bit better, right? Because this pink, it doesn't hit this green ward that is in the bush. Well, you see Jax is already hitting turret. Zeus needs to go bot and Ahri is late. And they have prio top, prio bot and prio mid, which means that G2 should have a very favorable fight. I think this fight here was a big opportunity for G2. But the fact that Caps gets clipped by the Syndra, I mean the Skarner ult, it's a very big problem. Because I think this is Giga winning. If you know the hallmarks of a winning fight, big bush control, people pulling out the objective, the waves in great, fantastic spots. Not the easiest TP for Zeus to do, because he doesn't have... Oh, he actually has one pink here. I didn't see that. He actually has one pink here too. But nevertheless... They're trading on bot, looking at each other. This is a 4v4. This is how the fight played out. You see Caps is poking and tethering back and forth, and they're zoning the space. And then eventually, Mickey gets the hook on Korea exactly when his W runs out. Very nice window. Super nice window. But the issue here is that Caps gets ulted by Skarner. And here, if we look at that hitbox, I can understand why someone wouldn't. Right? It's edging insanely close. I can understand why it hits. I can understand why it doesn't hit. It's rough. But I genuinely believe if Caps doesn't get Skarner ulted here, I think that they can get a game-winning fight here in terms of gold. Because this fight is very bad. Like, look at the condition of this fight right now. I think also Yike probably needs to ult onto Faker to get the damage off, you know. I think it would have been better. But he went for the lethal, and then Yike fucks up his flash here when he should just flash straight instead of trying to get over walls. He should just flash longer, right? And Hansama goes after Owner, who's in the pit. And this fight that was so favorable for T1, favorable for G2 in my opinion, ends 3 for 3. In the end, G2 managed to get the 5th grub, so it isn't the end of days. And here as well, the direct follow-up here is that I really don't like this Jax TP. I really, really don't like the Jax TP. Here, Jax should go bot, and he should kill himself in game. That sounds horrible, but let me explain. Jax should walk into the turret, and if Leona shows on bot, they win the race. They need 3 people to dive him. If Skarner is diving him, he's not hitting Drake. If Leona is bot, they are not defending top. And that's how they win the race. Jax needs to go on the bot wave. He needs to. Super important, because they didn't spot Leona yet, they didn't spot Skarner yet. So in order to support his team, he needs to be on the bot wave. If he gets the bot wave and dies, it means that people are 3 people on showing. And G2 will generate far more gold. But instead, Jax TP's top, and Ahri is already hitting a very weakened tower bot. This tower is already very weakened because of like Gragas solo killing Draven from before, right? They've chipped away at this turret. This turret is very low HP. And now Ahri tempo is much higher, and G2 are racing against a T1 that is defending S3. So they are defending S3, and G2 is right now thinking, oh, Ahri is bottom side, no TP. Skarner message right now that he got Drake. G2 really feels the need to get more because they are 5 against 3. But T1 are like, yo, we have long range abilities. It's no problem. I'm gonna Q that wave. We have Gragas ult if we need it. The enemy team has no wave. And G2, I understand why they are going for this. Because Skarner is not there, Ahri is not there. They are 5 against 3 in top side. But T1, very good understanding of the limits here in my mind. And they get a 1-for-1 trade. And Korea goes 2. And Caps is between towers. But the fact that they defended the play, 3v5. While Ahri is pushing bot, while Skarner did Drake, and the tier 2 doesn't fall, is a massive win. Really, really cold fucking decision making from T1, because they are outnumbered, but they understand their champs, right? They understand their champs and they play to their strength. Really fucking great work from T1. Next thing in line, they open on bottom side, Faker base very late, so the tempo is better, of course, for G2. The tempo is better. And this moment here, they see that Leona is defending, and I really don't like that G2 commit all the way. Here, I want them to fix their lane assignments and farm top. I don't think that this should continue all the way. I don't know why they are sieging this. I really don't like it. Leona, they have the Leona information. The next wave is close. If they want to push the next wave, that's fine too. But now at this point, top wave is dead, Ahri based, and we are continuing the siege on the bottom tower. I think this comes with so much risk. And maybe in a world where BB doesn't hit the tower, maybe they get it for free and they can walk away, but then T1 have tempo. But I didn't like this decision making here, because if you know the enemy is going to defend and you got the wave already, just continue the game into mid, into top side, and just get your base on Nautilus and continue the game, you know? I don't think that you should hard force this tower. You can consolidate, you have Caps TP, you can put him on bot to catch the next one, cross into mid, base on Nautilus, open on top side. There's so much farm to be gained. So much farm to be gained. They look for the play and BB just gets knocked into the team. Managed to get the Orianna ult, but once again we are diving towers and they're doing it in a 5v5. Can't get it done in a 3v5, of course you're not going to be able to do it in a 5v5 either. Skarner ult lands on the people. Caps gets away with very low HP, Mickey dies, and then BB dies too. And now I think at this point, after the Zeus TP top, you could say that this game is just in the dumpster. Faker gets the tier 2 on bottom as well. Managed to walk away, T1 2 dragons, and they have gold in the right pockets. Now the main thing that is so difficult is that that front line is so strong. You have the Skarner and the Gragas being so fed, which means that the Draven value, regardless of how ahead he is going to have a harder time. So the main thing that G2 can do now is just send their Nocturne Orianna combo into people. Here Caps has no flash. Once again, not the easiest fight. TP of Ahri on the flank to try to create space. I think that Zeus, like T1 in terms of their fighting, is really, really cold, man. Really, really cold. But once again here, you have the situation where Owner just finds the flash on the slow targets and he grabs onto Caps again. Grabs onto Caps again. The Orianna ult is solid and Caps gets repositioned. The main thing here is that Hansama doesn't know about the Ahri TP. Nobody knows about the Ahri TP. Ahri is playing a very, very long game. Like here, Hansama needs to kite up here, but it's very hard to read this spot, if I'm going to be honest, guys. we have to see it from the lens of the player. And for us, it's very easy to know that Ari is coming here. But if Hansama kites here, then of course it's fucking brilliant, right? But in this spot, it's very hard for Hans to play. It's very natural how he plays it. He doesn't know Ari is coming from this spot. And now he gets pinced and the position gets bad. And the Gragos ult is kind of wonky, right? Like the Gragos ult saves Caps in this spot off of the ultimate. And I think that it gets very, very weird because he pushes him away from his Ari that is flanking. But it works either way. They just completely lost track of the Ari, and Faker came in at a very, very good spot. I feel like Hansama, there's an element of him like panicking a little bit in these games. He's not playing like with coldness and like a presence of mind, you know, like the Gragas play on board, the way he uses cleanse, you know. We continue. Once again, I repeat, the G2's only players to try to, because now they're weak on side. I think that Faker did a fucking good job of always pushing side. You know, it's like, I like that Faker is like, yo, if they knocked on ult me, I will flash or ult out, and then the enemy lose all pressure and we can just start Nash, right? He's pushing the side wave so deep, forcing Orianna to group and putting G2 in a position where they can never push further. And I think something that we are realizing now is that, at least I'm realizing now, is that last year I loved Caps on Orianna. He's a fantastic Orianna player. Fantastic, really good Orianna player. But the spear that leads G2's macro, the one that we praise, is Caps. So when he's playing a mage, he doesn't have that same control on side as he does with the Yone or the Ari or the Azir. He can push the limit of his champion so much more. Here he's a lot more reliant on his team, right? When he's playing the mages. Last year at Worlds, when they won 2 games on Orianna, you remember the Orianna, Kalista, Draven bans that people figured out against G2 that you must do? They won 2 games on Orianna. The one against Weibo, the one against Damwon. And he was team fighting like a fucking god. But that G2 was not macro oriented. That G2 was teamfight oriented and early game oriented, you know? And it's not that their combo is bad, right? Because they use this combo. I think draft-wise is good. They beat Weibo with it. But in that game as well, Caps was bleeding side farm. You guys remember, we reviewed that on this channel too. He was bleeding. He was like 30 CS ahead, and then that CS gap was completely closed because Tristana was just pushing, and Orianna was respecting like Rumble TP, you know? So eventually we're going to have a play. They get latch on to Gumayushi. He's on mid wave. They use the window where there is no flash on him. They send it, the combo. Gumayushi loses his neck naturally, but they use all the tools in the world here, BBTP and so forth. Nari's already pushing top. And here comes the RTP, and you have the Gragas. Miki sidesteps it, but of course he dies anyway. Like G2 getting this Gumayushi kill doesn't matter at all, right? Gumayushi has flash for the next one, and T1 is still looking good. Here, I think the angle that Kiria is playing with is just cool. I thought that at first, like T1 is just kind of fishing on the mid wave. I think it's natural for G2 to think that they're either in Drake River or in Nash River, but G2 right now have full vision top side, so I think they are assuming that they are into bot side. I think that Caps should be playing more centrally and wait for the wave to come, but I think the position is not easy for G2 in the first place because they'll have to face check regardless. Here Mickey dies, but that's only because he needs to block the charm off of the stunned Orianna. He has to block it for his homie, the W, the E. Like, this is not Mickey's fault, you know? I don't think Mickey had a bad game here. I think Mickey, like, people are going to look at his death this game, but I think Mickey played good this game. I think G2, it's always the same conversation, right? Because it's always going to lead, people want to point fingers. People want to point fingers and people want to be like, yo, bench this guy, replace this guy. This guy is the reason why they lost. I think G2 there were some individual mistakes, right? Caps getting Skarner ulted twice. There was Hansam on the Gragas play, the Jax under the bot tower, some individual mistakes. But I think what's losing G to these games is just their collective decision making. Collective decision making. And if you're out there taking what I'm saying personal, then probably you're the problem that I'm addressing. We continue. We continue. Really nice turn here on the snap. Gragas Q lands on 3. Hansama needs to flash. And T1 secured the soul. There's a massive soul, this Chemtech soul, you know. Especially if you have Gragas, Skarner, a frontline Leona that is not dying already. It just gets worse and the game is over. These games, if VB played K'Sante, he would have been a menace. The thing is, if you pick K'Sante, then Zeus will fucking play. He will find some counters, you know, that he will cook, he will play Gnar, he will dominate side, you know. Blind picking K'Sante against Zeus is not super comfortable, I think. So I understand why they wouldn't. Vayne is a bit of a useless champ. I think Gwen top as well is a little bit weak, but you can see like a problem in these games that if you're weaker on side, T1 kind of tear you apart, you know? Because if T1 are playing champions on side that can push side on their own, I think that their main weakness is not really there, you know? So you need to be very careful about that. But I don't think that this was draft related, you know? I think this game was playable, winnable, but I think that T1 played a lot better, you know? Let's take a look at game 2. So here were the adjustments. People say, wow, why do they give Skarner? Why are they blind picking Jax? Well, here they ran back similar comp, but they just changed up some of their priors. So they banned Skarner, and in my mind, at least in my mind, not that it mattered in the end, but I am way more scared about Owner Vi, especially if you know that the enemy mid wants to play Ahri, than I am of his Skarner. I think objectively, I think that Skarner is like stronger overall, but Vi on some specific players, especially the Korean teams besides Gen G, because Cannon doesn't like Vi. I think if T1, DK, and How Alive, when they're playing like good Vi comps, that shit is scary as fuck, I think. Really, really scary. So they go Vi Ahri, and then they follow up with Orianna Gnar. I thought that BB's Gnar performance was pretty damn solid. I thought it was okay. I don't see him as a Gnar player, but here he tried the Gnar instead of the Jax. Still no rel lock-in. Here there was discussion, Comp mentioned why the prior Nautilus. Guys, this is Mickey. He has not liked Leona the whole year. Why would he start at the World Championship? You can argue that Leona's better and more well-rounded. That's okay. I don't think that's crazy to say. But this is Mickey. He has preferred Nautilus all the time. Can you stop theory crafting? What are you talking about, people? Holy. You're just getting black mirrored so quickly, mate. You're getting black mirrored, my friend. What does that even mean? Can you stop theory crafting? We are reviewing the games here, bro. That's what this is for. You're on the wrong stream. You just stop talking. Can you just put on a bird video and just walk away, bro? All right. So they pivot to Gnar, but here there's the Jax answer. It's in my rundown of the teams for T1, I said that Zeus and Korea are like the carry, so to speak, on this team. I think Owner, his performance is so up and down, but when he's up, he's just the greatest jungler, bro. Like, it's just he's in the zone, bro. He's just in the crazy zone. We have the Jin Leona continuation on 4-5. They get Leona into Nautilus, and they pick Kai'Sa. And I think draft-wise, once again, I think it's okay. I think that's okay. I don't think this is losing. Once again, I agree. If people think, yo, G2 is a heavy underdog into T1, they need to get more creative than this. I think that's an okay assessment. But I think no nameplates. I think this looks solid, guys. This really looks solid. Nevertheless, this game was it was a crazy tragedy. Heartbreaking. I could freak game. Freak game. They managed to get the 6 grubs. I think we should fast forward to the juicy parts. Really fast forward to the juicy parts. BB was getting killed on side. It was very hard for them to create any information to be able to spot Vi. And this is another strength of Vi. Not only that she's guaranteed, it's just that the distance she covers with QR makes it very hard to ward for her. So it's if you're in a position where you can't really punish the Vi showing on side, which is very frequent, then it's very hard. This is also heartbreaking. You have Mickey queuing the wall, Faker just snap, dodging back. Like Faker is just on another planet. Like this is crazy, bro. This is just fucking gorgeous, bro. This is fucking fantastic. I don't know. Faker talked about changing his position to have Faker changing his hand position has been super helpful. Yeah, he spots him, but he's still hooking out of the bush, guys. Like he knows Nautilus is here, but as he walks away, he's still hooking out of the bush. This is still nuts to me because they want to mark him here. Hansama goes into ult range, and it's a good play. It's a good play to go on Faker. This is correct. This is correct, but Faker just holds flash long enough, and they don't find the lethal, and it's rough. It's very rough. The play is correct, but they just don't play it good enough, you know. Nice cancel from Mickey on the E, but game is looking tough, very tough. There's a cheeky little TP play here from Caps in the pip that we see, where he TPs onto Jax and they get a kill. They also have 6 grubs, so they get first tower gold. But even in the return, like Ahri walks away and then Zeus TP's top, knowing that BB doesn't have TP, Caps doesn't have TP, Jax just TP's top, Ahri keeps the tempo, opens on bottom side, really good like in tune awareness because Faker is not hitting top. He continues and he knows that Jax is gonna have demolish and he's going to break the tower faster than him, so Ahri just walks into mid, catches and bases. Like really nice how Tion like fucking work together, man, to get like the appropriate lane assignments because G2 got first tower, but Zeus just got all of that gold alone. So all of that gold is funneled into his pocket, while the other 3, there was 3 people that shared bot. Could Mickey have flash ulted Faker? The issue is you have to think about Nocturne ult range and also Kai'Sa ult range. So he needs to hit CC as fast as possible, but if he ults and Faker just walks, he is outside of Kai'Sa ult range. That's why, you know. Another repeat of what I explained before, Vi just showing up on top, like Nar can never show on any neutrals because his team can't secure vision in regards to Vi. Another detail about BB's deaths, 2 deaths that he had, was that his team was actually doing grubs 4, 5, and 6, and also Drake, so he has no reason to be on the wave because there's no price that the enemy is paying, right? So I think that's important to highlight. Caps now opens on top side, and Mickey, I'm not so sure what he's doing here. I think this is kind of unexplainable because Kai'Sa is basing, and Mickey is just checking if the enemy bases, and T1 just do a tempo trap. Because in a lot of cases here, right, when you trade sides, you expect the enemy to base. But Leona based, but everybody else didn't base, and this is very nice because you can do tempo traps with plenty of people because they know Kai'Sa tempo is off. If Kaiser base earlier, they wouldn't do this. But Kaiser base is now, so they know they can protect this vision that they created on the top side for another wave because of Kaiser base. So Leona bases for new vision, for new wards. They see Kaiser base late because she caught that previous wave. And it means then that everybody can stay. And I think this is super cool from T1. Just their information assessment, giga sharp, and how they're on in tune with the same idea, giga sharp. Which is fantastic for the conversation of the evolution of T1 in this tournament. And Mickey here assumes that the enemy bases. That's why he's walking here. He's walking here to maybe cancel some strays. He assumes that they base because it's the correct thing to base. But they only send Leona into base because Kaiser showed on mid. And maybe they don't have anything to spend on just yet. So that's very nice. And T1 break the mid tower. Faker looks for a snap. I think this is fine to look at. I think they should probably, like, it looks nice what Vi is doing, but I think they should just fucking slam into the tower. They're undermining and they want to pressure. BB has no TP and that's why they are full sending it, which is completely understandable and respectable. Caps gets the ult, Snap jacks his neck, and Korea dies too. Or at least Kaiser dies on the back end because Vi ended up in a flank position after Rumble. We continue. Game should be very, very favorable for T1. I kind of want to look at how T1 kind of throw the game. G2 just kind of trading sides because they want to funnel some gold into caps, which is reasonable, I would say. But T1 are just racing for the next tower. Funneling into caps to get tier 2. To demolish of jacks. One wave is enough when 4 people are hitting. And then caps, you know, this is so classic caps, right? It's like he wants to be able to push waves deep and waste the enemy's time. But Orianna is not the right champ for it, you know? Like Tristana and these bots can do some fucking crazy stuff, you know? They can do some crazy shit. Azir can fucking do crazy stuff too, buy a lot of time. And Yon as well with the way he uses E, you know? This is what G2 macro thrive off of. I think my realization is Caps is great Orianna, but a big part of G2's macro is just Caps being able to steal a shit ton of waves based on his champion. We continue. We have Drake number 3 coming up. BB. I thought BB at first was kind of trolling because his mega is out. I thought he's just straight up inting here. But he managed to get his ult, so it means that he cancels Ona's Q and Leona gets CC'd, which is nice. And then the combo, really well done here by Gumayushi, because keep in mind, we see this Nocturne flying. With his flash timer, basically if you get Nocturne Orianna ulted, you need to flash the Orianna ult. You don't need to flash. You need to flash the Orianna ult, the Nocturne hitting you doesn't matter. Jhin flashes it and he gets away, which is very well done. And then Mickey's too deep. And this happens. Faker looks for more, doesn't find any target to charm. And that is Drake number 3 for T1. Let's fast forward. Let's find the fights. Here I think that Yak does a good job of isolating the Jhin. Jhin is on vision here and G2 is sieging mid. Zeus commits. And that is the hourglass used. I think in this moment, I'm trying to look where Ahri is. Ahri, I think the timer here of owner is just not the greatest. Because I don't think Faker can actually connect here. I think this is one of the few fights where T1 kind of mis-executed in terms of their timings. Because they got the hourglass off of Caps and Jhin was spotted on a ward. And right now, because of this Nocturne beating the shit out of the Jhin and Caps surviving the initial push from Zeus, him losing all HP, I think that that's it. There's a conversation in my chat about Jankos ceiling being higher than Yike, I think that's silliness. Guys, Jankos is the greatest European jungler of all time, greatest Western jungler of all time, one of the greatest junglers of all time, period. Alright? He's definitely up there, right? Obviously, I don't think I wouldn't put him above Peanut or Canyon or whatever, but he's in the conversation, you know? Because top 10 for sure. But Jankos is not that good anymore. He's not that good anymore. It's been a long time, you know? Like Jankos was beating the shit out of people in season fucking 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 even. And 12 even. But guys, let's be realistic. Okay, so good job from Yike to find the isolated Jhin who has no flash. Sending it on him was very nice. He gets a kill there, of course. Cap surviving because Faker can't connect. You know, look at the bodyguard that is BB here. He's like, yo, I'm protecting you. Catch a grenade for you, Caps. BB is just making sure that the boy, like, doesn't get charmed. But look at Mickey, by the way. How crazy is Mickey? Faker charms BB. But look at Mickey. Look at Mickey. He knows the assignment. He is flashing to block the charm, by the way. First, he blocks the Q of Vi. He can't block the ult. Then he gets pushed away from Vi and wants to flash to block the charm. This is some fucking good shit, bro. This is some fucking elite shit, man. Like, Mickey getting caught on the tempo trap, dying level 1. These are mistakes that happen, bro. But when people telling me that Mickey is not elite, I don't buy it, bro. I think he played a solid fucking series, man. So here, Cap surviving that is super huge. Faker, bro, like here, BB just needs to hit the E on Faker, bro. He just needs to hit the E on Faker, man. But if he gets that shot on Faker, it's a big deal, you know? He could have killed everybody. He just fucking bounced on Leona's head. And Faker gets away. We already talked about this fight. Mickey blocking everything. Even though that Faker aimed the charm on BB, you know? It is what it is. And Zeus, I think here just Owner and Zeus had very poor timing. They were not in tune with what Faker was doing. And if they had on similar timing, it would have been better. And then Jhin, of course, was isolated on a vision. So it was rough. Okay, we continue. Here, T1's mistake is that they are not playing Big Bush Gaming. I think they'd only need one person to be on the mid-wave, and that's it. But they are not playing Big Bush Gaming. Here, if they play Big Bush Gaming, G2 are the ones that need to face chicken the dem. For some reason, T1 is playing into their position. Imagine, this is the equivalent of, let's say you are in a medieval war. You're in your castle, you have your moat, you have taken your bridge up, all right? The enemy is attacking you, right? They need to lay besiege on you. They need to pay casualties in order to approach your gates. But instead, what T1 is doing is they are doing the thing like in Troy. They're going outside and they're challenging. So, I will fight your best fighter. You know? Hector! And they're just walking outside of the gates. It's really not necessary. Here they can have one person catch the mid-wave, be on the flank, no problem. They have full vision on G2. If G2 cross into the Nash area of this vision that is on mid-wave, it's no problem. They're gonna cross into top side and then you can solo the Drake and then you can tether to the enemy. There's no risk of Nash. Here T1 just needs to play in this pocket here and it will be a lot better. But Zeus queuing in here, them using Leona ult in here is not good. They are ruining the position of T1 and G2 are very happy now because now all of a sudden they are the ones that have a castle. The Nocturne ult makes it very awkward for these homies to play, especially because Zeus's screen is very far away, like they can't fucking look at him, like only Owner can, so they don't see anything that is going on here. They don't. The Nocturne ult turns off the lights and Zeus, that is so fucking tanky, loses his hourglass, loses his HP. The Solar is being used. Nice Orianna ult to clip Zeus too. And then Mickey gets stunned and he gets the ult on Faker. The kiting. But this is a very easy position to play for Hansama in caps, right? Because it's front to back, just pure front to back, with no type of flanks, no type of chokes, no nothing. Owner dies, and then BB gets the clip as well. Stunned. And T1 get the ace. They get the ace. Surely G2 can win this one. Surely. They get the Nasher as well. I was nervous that they couldn't, but they could. Easy Nash for them. Soul point for T1 as a price, but no problem. They have 6 grubs. 6 grubs, they are super happy. They break the top turret, they get the inhib. They can base on tempo. The 6 grubs and the Nash are doing a lot of work. 2 cannon waves on bot. I like what Korea did here to preemptively put wards for the potential flank if there's a fight that they can break out and an angle they can go with. Jax is pushing top and BB is a little bit nervous about it. So after he pushes the mid wave, they walk away, they get the tier 2, they peace out. That's perfectly fine. They have a lot of money now. Hourglass finish on Kaiser, Hourglass finish on Oriana. GA, no longer good targets for Vi. Looks fucking gorgeous. Looks beautiful. G2 positioning for the Drake, pushing all the way into bottom side. Mickey with a disgusting flash. But I know that community is going to look at this mistake and say, wow, Mickey is so fucking bad. But this is not the metric that you should judge players by. It's ugly. I know. It's memorable. I know. And this is the community will judge shit like this and say, wow, Mickey's so boosted. But happens. Happens. Bad that it did, happens. Okay, he uses flash. They get the base off. Here, I don't know what G2's trying to accomplish. I don't like the siege. They're trying to look for a siege here, but I don't see the point. I really don't see the point. Jackson on top wave, he's clearing it, and they are laying siege to enemies' base here, but I don't see a realistic way where they break through. It just looks so difficult to me. I'm not so sure. I feel like you're just inviting an engage angle. It's so hard to actually, you know, find all the wards that the enemy placed. It's very difficult. So they walk forward, the grubs. Caps lost a lot of HP. Hansama got clipped, has no E. They get the tower in the end, but here comes Zeus. I think that Hansama didn't have an ult target, right? Because Jax E'd, so he couldn't target him. And then Hansama dies here. Well, actually lives 1 HP. Owner tried to flash for him. Hansama did die in the end. But I just don't like the idea of sieging here, man. I don't like the idea of sieging here, man. It's like the Hansama fucking stopwatch as well, did nothing. He just fucking killed himself before he stopwatch, you know, just took all the Jax damage and then Zonya'd. And then his homie CC'd so he could get the shield from R, but I don't like the proposition yet that Jitsu is sieging bot. I don't like it. I understand that they want to progress the game, but it's just too forced, I think. I just don't like this. Like, enemies, so they have such an easy time defending everything. Just take all the camps, farm everything, take the golems, take it easy, you know. I don't like this. But okay. Not the end of days. There's another chance to be had. Yak is looking for the smite. The enemy gets the soul. And they find a Jax catch. He has no flash. His hourglass tries to buy time, but of course he's dead already. And this opens up the base. They have better position on mid because T1 postured very heavily for Drake. And if you ask me, 3 open inhibs with inhib taken is just, I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade. I think if somebody pulled up the statistics of teams losing with 3 open inhibs or 3 inhibs taken, I think it's like, it's a freak case. It's a freak case to lose the game. Really, really freak case. So they kill Zeus. He was tethering on the flank. It was a good find, right? He has no flash. It's a really good find from G2. They get mid inhib, bot inhib, and then they should be able to get Nash. Should be very straightforward. Here, the main detail is one bullet from Gumayushi here gives vision. And I think that they should have Nocturne ulted way earlier. I think they should have Nocturne ult way earlier. And they should burst it together. It should, like, people call this 50-50, but it's not 50-50. T1, is any T1 Nash 50-50? No, they combo with spells. Like, let's say Kai'Sa just stacks 4 plasma and then she sends W together with Nocturne at 1600. Then it's always free. It's always free. I think Nocturne should ult way earlier. Like, Nocturne ult should be on. Like, Nocturne ult is what, 7 seconds duration? The blindness, the paranoia. Like, he should be ulting already. Like, here he sees Owner on the ward. Like, why is he not ulting? And then they should burst together. This should always be free. Oh my days! It went down to 1170. Not there's no reason to be in the pit. It's like, sure, you can see Vi. Okay. But there's 50 things they can do here better. 50. 50 things they can do different. Horrible. Because it's game over if they get the Nash. Plain and simple, game over. Later here, I don't know why they are diving, bro. Just let your minions come. Why are we diving? Why are we diving, bro? I think they didn't realize the Faker has Hourglass. It's a good counter snap here on these guys, but I think Zeus and the Leona ult is fucking very nice. Like, Zeus cutting through and the Leona ult is super nice. I'm sorry, but Nautilus being outside preventing Vi from entering is top 5 things they should do. Who fucking cares, man? Who cares, brother? That's so unimportant. Are we gonna rate the most important things to do in that spot? Top 5 mistakes, G2 Nash. Hey, you're black mirrored, bro. This, the Leona ult is fucking good, man. The Leona ult is so fucking good. I don't know, Leona ult just fucks up the whole situation, no? And then the Hourglass of Faker is really good. And I think BB's position becomes a little bit awkward. And BB gets rooted here on his Mega. Gumayushi flashes. Honestly, can G2 just not win? I don't think they win this fight. It's just a bad fight. It's just a bad fight. They had no Nocturne ult. The Nocturne is just useless like this. They just have to walk away after this. They just have to walk away after this. Like, Kai'Sa has no pen, so I don't see how they ever kill this Jax. It's impossible to kill. He has 3 mountain dragons. Like, this Jax is Kesante on steroids. But okay. Here, what I really didn't like from G2, obviously enemy has Nash, so their minion waves are strong, but there's a solid 2 minutes here that they can progress. I just don't know what the Yike is doing. Why is Yike not on a wave? Why is Yike not on a wave? If BB has the confidence to be on the mid wave, and G2 is trying to sync this wave with the mid wave, Then why is Yak like just oinking? I think a big problem here is that they don't defend the massive top wave. Faker uses ult here, which is a really big deal in my opinion. Faker no ult here. Like now as the waves are coming in, that top wave is gonna have 4 super minions on it. They should fucking defend that shit. These waves should come into the enemy base, in my opinion. And I think that top wave is the most important one to defend. But here, there's gonna be an opportunity here where Faker is alone, where they see 4 people here. I think Nocturne should just ult Faker here to defend that wave, man. Burn his flash, go for him. Like, they need to defend this top wave. They need to get this wave. They need to defend this fucking wave, man. I think you cannot let them clear the wave, this one. They should really not let them clear that wave, bro. Now after they clear that big wave, the 4 supers, well, the play's kind of over because they can regroup at the tier 2s. Here as well, look at what Zeus is doing to them, bro. Zeus is... if they can't go on Zeus here, I think... FF, no? Like, no joke. I think if Zeus can do this to you, FF the game. Like, he's giga fed, and it is what it is, maybe. But in this spot, obviously need to queue or whatever, but I'm saying if they go on Zeus here and they die, then the game is over. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the best play, right? Because I can definitely see a world where they go on Zeus here and lose the whole game. But if they can't go on Zeus here, I think the game is over. That's what I'm saying. If enemy top laner can do this and walk you down when 4 people are on Nexus in this distance, then like what my point is, the game is in the dumpster. You get me? Look, they can't even go on him. And now Mickey decides to queue him a little bit too late. There's a big chance that Lich gets fucking clapped there, right? But in a 5v5 against the Soul, they just don't win. They don't have Pen on Caps and Hans, so the 5v5 is rough. And now after the super inhibitors spawn again, there is no imbalance. So T1 is just stronger. Now they have Pen on Oriana, but Caps gets queued by Vi and then ulted, so the fight is obviously over. Caps over postured. Caps needed to flash that. I think it was very hard because I think it was out of fog, the Vi. But that's GG. The Nash steal is the big one, right? The Nash steal is rough, man. Craziness. Okay. On G2 side, I was surprised by some of the macro decisions, bro. They ended up in too many situations. Like, I don't know how many times that happened, but they are like sieging towers with even numbers or close to even numbers. That happened against Weibo, that happened today too. And it just gives the enemy so much leeway. I think T1 just kind of outclassed them as a team. I didn't think that G2 was going to win today, but with some of the positions they were in, I expected G2 to play out those situations a lot better. Because I think their drafts were pretty fucking solid today. All right, Billy. Billy. You got Billy is, I don't know what the fuck is with Billy, but Shun is playing. They decided to go for the Aurora trade into into Yone. Why do you 50-50 the Baron? I don't get it. Stop calling. Let's not call it 50-50 anymore. We are moving on from that game, but let's not call that 50-50. That's not 50-50. If that's 50-50, that's a coin flip? No, that's like 5 against 95. Like the odds for Vi getting that. Like if someone told me, I'll give you 50-50 odds on this Nash situation, I will take the odds of the team that is hitting the Nash when the enemy is completely fucking blind and there's a Nocturne ult and there's a million things I could have done different. That's not 50-50. Let's not call it that. We move on to this game. Aurora. I don't mind the Aurora trade for Yone if you have a great Jax play on your team. Because Jax is going to beat Yone on side, and I think that disrupts a big part of what Yone is OP in terms of how much gold he generates. Alright? So at least Jax can match him on side. They pick Wukong into Sejuani. Wukong is not super exciting, but they just did it to have stronger team fighting. I'm not super hyped about that. This game, Billy deserved to lose. They really deserve to lose. I think that without nameplates, I think that the draft of PSG is better. I expected Billy to win because they should be a lot better than PSG. But this game cut it so fucking close. Really bad 3v3s on bottom side taken with Wukong. I think Sejuani is just stronger earlier. I think that PSG's champions are stronger earlier. I think that Knight's rune choice was for scaling, so his lane was weaker. Usually we see the grasp into Yone. Nevertheless, we continue. Here's the 3v3 that we're talking about. The Q flash onto the CC chain. He plays it good, honestly. I think finding the angle to go on Junjia, I think it's very nice. Because this is the only way he makes this into like a play at all. But I think the Sejuani is so much stronger than Wukong in these type of fights. And it gets really fucking close. Elk survives. And then they walk away. But 4 summoners used here for Billy bot lane. And Shun goes back to clearing, looking for level 5. We fast forward a little bit. Junjia gets the top business. I was surprised that Bin, obviously this matchup is not easy for Jax at all, but usually Bin does great in matchups like this. So seeing him like 30 CS down after burning flash was strange, but I can't really judge it because we're just watching from afar, right? We're just seeing the numbers move. They never showed top lane or top wave. Like Bin is basing on what looks like a frozen wave top. Alright, so let's see the situation. Shun is entering now bottom side. With a level 6 Wukong, and they're looking to go on Betty. Woody is level 6 against Leona 4. I have no fucking clue why Billy want to fight this. You have no sum on your bot, and you want to fight enemy rel that is level 6. I don't know what the fuck this is. Junjia matches, and On is too deep. And it's not the greatest. Sejuani ult onto Elk. Elk was blessed by somebody. The fact that he fucking lives here is crazy talk. The ammo ult comes through, and Shun is so close to getting a double kill here. He has EQ. If it was with the CC chain here, I think that he gets EQ off here, and Betty dies, and then Triumph into triple kill. But okay. PSG, they secure the Drake because they can. They have better items, they're stronger. Betty has enough gold to reach like 2 core when necessary. They pressure Knight out. They're better on the map trade. Azzy is not under any pressure. Leona at base to defend bot, but PSG, winning position. They got the Drake. They traded a lot of gold in the bottom side. Ezreal's gonna base for Trinity. They have a fucking free win at their hands. I don't like that PSG enter so deep into this pocket here. I think it's completely unnecessary. They have better items, so I understand why they go for it. but fighting in this spot is very awkward. Whoever crosses this spot is going to be in the losing position, and you also have to consider Bilibili's champions. Right? Bilibili's champions is MF, Leona, Wukong. But PSG feel the need to do this because Maple got Prio on bot and Aurora is showing on the bot wave. So the EQ on ults. We have a big fucking wombo combo here. And Maple. I think Maple's. It looks like Maple's just kind of fucking griefing. But what the fuck is Maple doing? What the fuck? I didn't see that he was doing this when I was looking live. What is that? What the hell is he doing? What is that? Why does he E like this? Oh my days. Like, the advantage that PSG had was that Maple should be first, and here he has no E, and then he ults in. Oh my days, Maple. Trying to zone Knight, but why zone Knight? He was first. He was first, and then he wasted E, and then he ults in way too late. And Knight was first to the fight. Oh my days, bro. That is crazy. But still, PSG in a fine spot. The TP on to Azi. And Bilibili hit the first to 5. Very nice. I like the PSG call out the bluff here because Jax is on bottom side. But Bilibili do a classic Rift Herald play is to give it a little tease and see what the enemy does. PSG open full top side, which means that Bin now has freedom to push. And they force Azi TP. Like, even though they are theoretically weaker in this position, they are forcing the PSG roster to actually come and show people here. They're not giving Rift Herald for free, which is big. It's good. Bin gets to push out and Azi uses TP. I like that. Aurora backs off because she's afraid of the dive. It is what it is. And then Rift Herald on mid. That's Drake 2. A very big deal here is that with the gold they made on top side, because Azi got the bot wave, they're going to get tier 2 top here. Stridebreaker will be finished for Maple. They have the 3 grows versus 3. They traded tier 1 for tier 2 top. They pushed it all the way. Stridebreaker, 2 core Ezreal, Manamune finished for the 3rd Drake. This should be very winning for PSG. Here, I think in a lot of cases, like getting the Leona flash is more important than killing her unless the kill leads to Nash. Now in preparation for this Drake here, Bilibili is giga underdog coming into this fight. You just compare items, you compare position. Here Bin is basing for the Sundered Sky, but it's very late. He has to sell Door and Shield and get Sundered Sky. He comes in on a flank, but Azi also has a flank. He's hiding in the position here. He's just chilling and waiting. Bin can't enter, and Ono is very squishy. The Q from Betty lands. He does a lot of damage. I think the Shun plays his pretty fucking ass in terms of when he snaps because his team is kiting back. He should be a little bit more in unison with his team. I think here, probably, he should just be fucking hitting Drake. I think these guys should run and he should hit Drake, not use W, and then maybe look for the smite and then look for the exit. But he just fucking turns when his team is running. You know, they're kiting back. And he just turns and then he dies, gets snapped, loses his neck, flashes over the wall, and then the Yon ult kills him. Nunjia gets a smite, and they get the Nash too, and this should just be straight GG. Even a nice turn here from Azi. I think Woody plays it super good too because he gets a cancel on MF. And the W CCs everybody. Azi with a TP flank. I think it was a TP flank. No, he was just hiding the bush. Never mind, no TP. Okay. PSG won the game, no? They won the game? They won the game? Must have won the game, right? They must have won the game. No problem, they get tier 2 bot, tier 2 mid. Woody died, no biggie. They get a lot of gold influx. Soul is spawning, and they have a 3 core Ezreal and a 3 core Yone. it should be fucking delicious, right? Should be fucking delicious. Bilibili is looking for something. On dies. The Q lands on from Betty here. The snap onto Wukong. Wukong dies too. And you just think to yourself, like, how the fuck can you lose this, you know? How can you lose this? You get top inhib and you're walking towards Soul. Number one fan, Yamato, my dude, you died so bad.
Donated $5.
Even a medevac couldn't keep you
My
alive.
dude, your diet's so bad even a medevac couldn't keep you alive. At this rate, you're not eating meals, you're staging a fast food apocalypse. Pretty sure if I scanned your kitchen, all I'd see is pizza.
All I see is pizzas and burgers stacked like supply depots. The fuck do you know about my kitchen? A medevac couldn't keep me alive. Illness. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Okay. Billy. Open onto Drake. Dig bush control. Bin on the flank. Trying to mark, of course, the cannon. Trying to find the cannon. Doesn't find them. Cannon bases. TP's behind. Helicopter. Onto Woody. I need you to pay attention to Elk being in the matrix here. Ozzy has no flash, which matters a lot. But look at Elk being in the matrix. The usage of his move speed is kind of crazy. Kind of nutty. I enjoy this a lot. I think Betty misplays this fight, but I really like how Elk played this in terms of how he tethered. He spaces Woody and Maple, kites back, keeps hitting, dodges the Q as well. Ozzy comes and ults, and he just runs into the only pocket he can. He does so much damage here, and I think that Betty position becomes really awkward. Honestly, I'm looking at Betty, and I think he just gets Giga Greased by his team. I think these guys are playing this fight really fucking wrong. They're not playing this to Betty. Like, Betty gets so fucking griefed here. Like, they're not playing to his position, they are playing to Elk's position. There should be only one person in this pocket marking a flank, and then they should be like here in the front here to mark Shun. Because Shun is just staring this Betty in the eye, you know? And this is very awkward. Betty can't fight here. Like, the best thing Betty could have done is maybe like E over this wall and Q the people here and play like that. Something like this, but I don't like it. But Elk here dodges everything. Ozzy, timing is pretty bad. Doesn't clip onto Elk, and Elk does so much damage. He's the one with 3 core. Bin also gets a lot of Thunder Sky value. And the big thing here is just that they didn't play for Betty's position. They really didn't play for Betty's position. Like, Betty is your most fed person, and he was forced to play the fight in a way that is atrocious. And then here, I don't know if Elk did this intentionally, or he didn't give a fuck anymore, or if he's a genius. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. There's a pink ward in the pit, so they see the Drake HP right now, and then he's posturing towards the other side, and Bin is TPing pretty far away. They snap over the wall, and he reflex headshots Betty, bam, bam. Tunjia dies, and they get the Drake. This is just psychotic, man. Bin and Elk were cold as fuck in the fight today. A has tipped $5.
$5. LETSGOBLGLETSGOGIGABIN.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for the $5. Okay. We continue. A slight recovery has been made. Ozzy has flash now. Betty has no sums, but I think that he should be okay if his team plays to his position. On pushes him out. And here the awkward thing is they try to snap on, but Maple's a little bit too late, doesn't get the knock up. And Woody's snap here is really not in tune with what his teammates are doing. He's snapping on 2, but they have no spell on Maple, no spell on Betty, and Ozzy's not in position to go either. I wonder if there was a world, because I remember when I was watching this live, if Ozzy should R-flash over here because he was in position and walked away, you know. I was wondering if that's the play here. Like, let me find the exact timer when I thought of it. Here. I wonder if that's the play. Because you have Maple ult. Woody dies for free. They snap on Betty, who has no flash. He gets a Q on Shun, so his E cooldown goes off. And then Cannon flashes into a Jax E. So it's just now a losing game, which is crazy to think about. Maple was pretty poor on Yone. I didn't feel his presence at all in these fights. And the hands diff just mattered too much in the end. The second game was pretty boring and straightforward, if I'm going to be honest. I think it's Skipper because in the end we are going to just cover the other games. Top Esports versus Damwon. How about we jump to that? Top Esports versus Damwon. I thought the Damwon's draft was pretty fucking solid. If I say so myself, I hate the Zinzao lock-in. I think the Zinzao lock-in is very strange. I don't see what world you want to play Zinzao against fucking Jax Garner showing. It is, you can never E these champs. Number one hater tipped $1. Man, you look like you lost a fight with a garbage bag and decided to wear it as a trophy. Even your shadow looks like it's trying to distance itself from you. This is a G2 shirt. It's a G2 shirt. All right. I don't like the Zinzao. They give up Aurora, and then I think if you're 369, you're very happy to play K'Sante into Jax. I didn't like the Zinzao lock-in here. What other champs could they pick? It's just one of those questions. It's like you want an AD jungler together with your Aurora, and I guess there's like a bit of an issue with every single one. It's like, what can you really pick here into Jackson Scanner that is 80, that is good? It's like Wukong is too weak early. Jarvan is also weak. Viego is like strong early, maybe better than Zinzao. Another thing about Zinzao is that Zinzao is going to be good against AD carry champions and also the mid lane answers into Aurora, so there's that at least. But we continue. We have the Orianna lock-in on 4. No Syndra lock-in. I think they picked Orianna over Syndra because enemy shows K'Sante and Orianna's a little bit better against tanks with the Liandry build. But a very good matchup against Aurora. And then the Ashe and the Braum comes in. Finally, they pick Smolder, which is something that Aiming has played in the past. But this should be okay in my opinion. I think that Orianna and Skarner win the 2v2 mid. Jax has a fine matchup. And the scaling is definitely on DK's side. So Top Esports really need to get ahead in the early game. They start with the lane swap, which makes sense against Ashe and Braum. And Ashe and Braum, of course, are very strong level 1. So they are just late invading, which is all very, very standard. DK get the swap off. And here, Top Esports are in a position where they have to 4v2 dive because there's no other play. They have to 4v2 dive. They're going to poke and tag in and chip away and bait Kingan's E. He is here on the Braum, which makes sense. Here, I think if Tian walks up instead of getting the turret aggro, I think... wait, can he walk up? I'm looking how he played it. Can he actually walk up? Because Mohan flips him into the tower. I remember watching it live and I thought that Tian fucked up. He is actually walking back. Maybe if he doesn't W, he can walk a little bit more frames and would be fine. But he ends up getting the turret aggro here and the Mohan flips into the tower. I understand why Zinzao snaps at him like that, because his Braum is about to go, you know, like the Braum passive is about to go. Someone said, nah, Smolder is bad here 100%. Why? 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 You're too dependent on scaling. But that doesn't mean anything. I think it's fine because you are not necessarily in a situation where I don't know what AD they can pick that is going to be good into Ashe Braum, like when you have Rel showing. You could pick Ashe yourself, that could be a move, maybe, right? You pick Ashe yourself and pick Orianna on 5, that could be fine. But I think that Smolder can get away with it. Why not Jhin? How do you play Jhin against these champs? Jhin against Zinzao, Braum, K'Sante? I would agree with it. Ashe lock in. I can see an Ashe on 4. I think that's a good adaptation in my opinion. But in terms of what you pick on 5, I don't think there's a lot of options. That's why I don't mind. Because Kaiser was out. If you pick Ashe on 4, I think that would be solid. That would be solid. Like MF is stronger early, but has its issues too. It's very close that this would have been a perfect play from Top Esports, honestly. I think what Tian did makes a lot of sense. I think that both teams played the dive pretty damn good. I think Jinx is a useless champ, personally. But okay, 369 gets 101. And here, I was very surprised by DK, because in this moment here, JackeyLove hovers for the play 1 second. But then he goes into bot again, and I don't know why these two guys walk away. What are the strong points of DK comp early game to scan for Smolder weakness? Skarner's fucking OP early. Skarner's really fucking strong. Orianna wins against Aurora and lane. Jax K'Sante is even. That's that. Skarner and Orianna can create space in my opinion to do so. I think Skarner is a stronger jungler than Zinzao. Orianna wins against Aurora mid. Here I don't know why DK don't fucking fight, bro. Ashe hovers 1 time, and then Ashe goes back into bot. Like here they kite and reset the Gromp, which is good because Ashe is coming. But the moment Ashe goes bot again, like here they see Ashe. Why are they giving this up? Why are they giving this up? I don't know why they're giving this up. Guys, move on from the draft conversation. I don't want to talk about draft anymore. We already talked about it enough. We covered all the points. We continue. Yeah, as I say, like here, they should fight, bro. You have Skarner with a Giants belt and a Jax that can't die to Zinzao Braum. I don't know why they are, like, they don't have someone, Mako and Tian. Tian has only a longsword. I think they're trolling here. Like, I think Top Esports was trolling, get away with murder here. I don't like it. Moham gets spotted. They go for a play here, burn JackeyLove some. They get Mako kill. Beautiful. This is a carbon copy of the Fnatic game against Top Esports 2. I think DK's comp is a little bit more well-rounded, and they have managed to put themselves in a position where Smolder gets a kill here for the sacrifice of Grubs, and they get Drake. This is a very stellar position. In the end, they're going to give up the next Grubs too, which makes sense because they were not at the point where they want to fight. But there is a moment in time where you have to accept that they're going to be a little bit behind, right? And this is a concept that both DK and Fnatic really struggle with, bro. They really, really struggle with it. There's a race here, and they're trading sides. The enemy team with the 3 Grubs gonna get more, of course, and they're gonna do it a little bit faster. Here as well, DK are sharing gold with 3 people because Rel is taking gold too, and Jax and Smolder are taking gold. Here in this moment, I thought that it's weird that Ashe is helping Zinzao with Grubs. I think that Ashe should just base straight up to walk bot faster to try to gain some tempo. But DK do a good job here of just like Smolder just ulting the wave to fucking kill the tempo advantage. Because here Smolder just ults the wave bot and then bases. Trinity Force on Smolder. 6 grubs for the enemy, meaning top esports have 6 grubs and they managed to make the turret stay alive. The gold advantage is in a fine spot in my opinion. And blue side, their dream and hope is to use Braum ult, Ashe ult to get rid of summoners, right? They need to get rid of summoners. They need to rotate these spells, get rid of summoners. If Ashe and Braum don't get summoners with their ultimates, then they're not going to be able to progress the game. This is the crucial detail of this game. Here in this spot, Braum ult, Ashe ult was used, aiming, Moham staying alive, Zinzas patting into bot, he has Sundered Sky, he's decently strong. Showmaker has TP, Kingen has TP, there's a wall behind, but why are we forcing? Why are we forcing? It makes no sense. Iceborne Gauntlet, top esports are gonna get this turret. I don't know why DK feel the need to send it. This is just the comparison of DK and Fnatic is just so perfect because we saw exactly the same shit with the Fnatic game against top esports. They are rushing to end the game and here they are limping in with the TPs and they are sending it, you know? I don't know what this is. Tian fights with Lucid, pushes him out. They fight 2v2. And now, like, this game just fucking is so accelerated. They can TP earlier, maybe they can TP better. Orianna TPs next to his team. That could be a move, right? If Orianna, like, if Orianna TPs, there's only a ward here. There's only a ward here. The turret's gonna fall, so he can't TP on that. Orianna's walking away, and now he TPs. Jax is being like chased by Xanta, and then he snap TPs when Jax TPs too, and he sees it. It's just, I think it's just a horrible play, man. Just stylistically, in terms of where the comps are at, I don't think it makes any sense. They could give up this turret, catch the wave, they could farm their camps, cross into topside, maybe get Jax a nice base, take some camps topside too. But instead, you get aced, you lose 2 TPs, trade them for enemy TPs, but you accelerate top esports gold gap, which is now 4,000, which is a very different thing. Very, very different thing. Still, the same game should be played. Top esports wants to progress. Here, I thought the Tian played it like a fucking genius, because the play in itself is psychotic. 369 is on bot, so it's good for DK to look to fight here. This is very different. Very similar to the game that we saw before, where PSG decided to poppy TP when they had the Smolder, right? But here in this spot, they jump forward, they go on Tian, they try to CC chain him, but Tian gets his ult off, ease onto Jax, and his ult keeps him safe, Sundered Sky. And I think there should be something that could be done in terms of the CC chain, right? They are layering a lot of CC here. Tian gets CC'd, then he gets grabbed, and I think that Moham makes a mistake. Moham is the problem. Moham sends the spells on Scanner ult, and I think Scanner ults should be the beginning. But Moham sends his spells on a Scanner ulted target, which means that Tian can ult and then E out. And Moham dies. Big mistake from Moham. They won the 5-4v5. They could just misplay and lose mid turret. After 369 push Bob. Okay, tier 2 is gone. It is kind of crazy that Jackie Love lives. I thought TTE would just get one tapped here, but you have the Orianna ult on Jackie Love, the Solari, the heal from Mako, the Guardian really makes a difference here, and they managed to kite back. DK slam and engage. They're trying to punish the enemy, but once again this just accelerates the game. Then the nail in the coffin is that DK puts everything on the line with no flash on Scanner for this red buff. He gets engaged on, and then the game is over. This classic DK all the way. Classic DK all the way. Let's take a look at game number 2. Game number two, let me remind myself of the draft. What happened in game number 2? Oh, the game number 2 was quite tight. It was very, very tight. But this was the game where I believe King got solo killed by 369 on his Iceborne Gauntlet timer. I think that Jackie Love was in big trouble, if I remember correctly, at some point, because his summoners were just being lost. I think Moham died because he just E'd into the tower and got flipped by diaper mode Mako. Look at this. Just diaper mode Mako flips him into the tower. No idea what Moham was thinking. I don't think he was thinking. Just into the turret. Tries to... Okay, I can see what he's thinking. He wants the wave to crash. And he sends it because the enemy is blocking the wave. But it's just too close to the tower. So it's really troll. Alright, we continue. Cream dying here as well just opens up the matchup so fucking hard. Kingen does a little add-on play. It's the cheater base timer. He walks onto mid instead of basing. 369 assumes he's base. And then he punishes Cream, which is really big for the Showmaker matchup. Because these are the levels where Aurora should be stronger, but now Showmaker just skipped past those, and now Cream is going to suffer for the rest of the matchup. Fast forward. I think the key thing here is just that Jackie Love doesn't use his sums. I think that if he just flashes at some point, you know, like just flash a Leona E, the Sejuani Q is hard because it's out of the bush, right? But if he just flashed, because he wasn't CC chained properly, I think that they win this fight really hard. Like Jackie Love just not flashing. In the end, this fight extends and Karim gets a couple of kills. The game lives on. I want to go a little bit faster on this one because I think how a life like West is probably a little bit more interesting than how this game played out. I think there was just some moments in the later stages that we can break down. I think a big thing here is that a conversation that was happening is, well, Kalista is so far behind. Kalista being behind, as weird as it sounds, in these type of games, doesn't matter super much, you know. Like 369 got so many platings, he solo killed, he was so fucking far ahead. Like the front line is being ahead matters a shit ton. Like Scanner and Kesante being strong matters way more than anything else. Like when Kalista's job is to be strong early and be strong on the early objectives. Okay, that's important. Then she gets Blade, Ginzu. There's going to be cases where Kalista scales into the game, but in most cases not. Kalista is a champion choice to transition everything else to the point of carrying. So in this such a game state, the fact that Kesante and Scanner are strong matters more than anything else in my opinion. Matters more than anything else in my opinion. This fight was very fun. I think that Jackie Love played it as good as he could. I think the top esports do a very fucking good job of reacting and playing around Jackie. Because here he gets collapsed on. King found good flanks. And he just popped over the wall. And I think this was the only way he could have flashed. Showmaker finds him in isolation, misses the Q. Then the Rel ult on top of Yon right away. Tian just flashes over the wall to fight with his boy. And it's so close that Kalista survives this, bro. If Kalista just jumped a little bit more towards the pit and dodges the Showmaker ult, it would have been fucking crazy. It would have been one of the biggest plays of this tournament for sure. Key thing here is aiming use flash. And once again, King is going to find a very nice flank on the Jackie Love that has no sums. I don't know, Jackie Love stands in the piss. I really don't like that. I think probably Jackie Love, if he spots this TP, needs to be ready to be in a position to pop over the wall, I think. Here, King finds a flank on Jackie, and Jackie realizes way too late he has no sum, so he's going to get killed. King cracks his neck, and we continue. Aiming also in a very good position. And here I think an issue for 369 is that he doesn't have mercs. Understandable why he would go Tabi. And I think that the lack of mercs is good, is painful because you need tenacity. Do you think it's good to do full turn onto TP as a team? I think you can, yeah. I think you can. I think top esports eventually do that. It's kind of fun to see how top esports like actively get better in the game. I think that happened against T1 too. You remember how like one fight, oh, Renekton is in bot, he's out of position, he should be with us. And then later, the fight that the top esports won was like, oh, we walk through the river as 5 and we just take over, right? And then in this game, there's going to be a situation where King and flanks TPs and they just completely push him out, you know? So to get the Nash, I like this play from top esports that just walk on the Drake and push DK out. Let me just see what the position was from before. King has TP. Why did DK just give this up? What is happening here? Why is aiming not with the boys? Like aiming showing a midwave allowed top esports to just walk in, bro. This looks so strange. What the fuck? Like aiming me on midwaves. Oh, I guess we could just face check. What the? Okay. That's just weird from DK, bro. This is fucking weird. Oh, they're not contesting. Oh, they're actually contesting. Here, I didn't understand what this Giants bet was about. Did Showmaker saying comms? Guys, I put my carry pants on. I need a belt. Is that what happened? I have no clue. I have no clue what this anomaly of a Giants belt is. Really no idea, man. This sidestep is kind of cold from Cream. I don't know the sidestep, I guess if I can W's. Then it's not that cold. Then it's whatever. Then it's just Riot balance team. And we continue. King in. Nice flank again. Very nice. The jump onto Jackie, he uses sums, uses both. The fight continues, King in is deep, and Showmaker gets the banana combo off. He hits Jackie. His Giant's belt keeps him alive. God bless him. But I think if he had shield ball, would have been better, would have done more damage. Would have had a bigger shield. So he could have had a completed shield ball most likely because he has Noon Quiver in inventory. So odds are he could be sitting on a fucking shield ball. But okay, we continue. Here you see the adaptation. He's TPing. They're like, we need to fuck this guy up. Let's walk on him. Jackie Love walks forward, gets the E from Kisante, and Kingen ward jumps out. Cool. Basing like this. Oof. Mohan flashes out, Lucid lives, Make also flashes. Aiming, kills him in the end with the MF ult, super cool. DK, stabilize. But then this situation here, where aiming just hates Jackie Love. I don't know why he fucking sends it like this. Flashes. Maybe a little bit premature, but I get it, right? He should flash if Tian ults, but Tian picked up a rock, so he flashed nothing. And then 369 does a very good job of just leveraging how fucking broken he is. W clips him, Q3 clips him. Okay, Santa wrestle fucks him. And that's Nasher. And that is all she wrote. Alright. Let's close down these series. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the jump scares. Alright, How Alive versus FlyQuest. This is how you approach series when you're the underdog. Very nice. Very fucking well done. Are you doing G2 vs T1 review? I already did. Very fucking nice approach to a series when you're the underdog. How Alive have full comfort. They probably are playing their most played in every position, bro. And in some cases, you think to yourself, oh, doing that might be fucking horrible. But I think FlyQuest concocted a really good draft against this type of an all-in comp. I call these champions like Urgot, Cassiopeia, Zaya, these type of champions, they're meat grinders. Meat grinders in the sense that they are very, very good when the enemy needs to be in your sphere of influence to progress, right? These type of champions can be very weak against poke, but there's no poke on the enemy, right? There's no poke on the enemy. I really, really love this prep. Because sure, this is not the same as this. Here you give cream your own, but you put yourself outside, completely outside of your own comfort, and you didn't create a composition that is really good against Yone. You just picked like really standard basic shit, And it was very, very far removed from your identity. Here, we have the quad Cassio. That's very special to him. Amumu is something they played a lot. Masu Kalista, fantastic too. With the Ash Ban, it's very powerful, right? Because Yonfo's pick will come through. And then you have the Renata as well, together with the Kalista. Strange that the enemy didn't ban it. I think that's really fucking weird, but it is what it is. You get Renata, right? I think definitely you should ban Renata here. I don't know what the fuck. Why is Renata open? But okay. Let's take a look at game one. Game one, honestly, the biggest issue for fucking FlyQuest is just the Gromp. The Gromp, bro. The fucking Gromp. There's 3 crucial game-breaking mistakes that happened on the Gromp that are terrible. How Alive invite the swap, which makes perfect sense. But this is one of the swaps where people can farm and they're just crossing. So there's that. They managed to kill Quad. How Alive played better in every sense, right? I think that they played better individually. I think they played better early. They made mistakes, but I feel like the draft gave FlyQuest a lot of opportunities. I think this game was very winnable. And I think How Alive did a very costly mistake in game 2, but we're going to get to that when we are in game 2. I think that a conversation that can be around Quad's build is, I think that it's, I don't know, the Road of Ages, I feel like is overkill. There's so many items that are great, and I think that if you're buying Road of Ages, Rylai's, and Archangels, I just don't feel like you have damage. I feel like you need to replace one of those items for Liandry's. That's me, man. That's me. And we continue. I think Masu and Busio did a good job, right, of leveraging their strong champs. How Alive did a good job of fucking diving, Whippo, and all of these fucking games on stacking waves. His Olaf 2 got developed by the Zyra. How Alive definitely had the winning position out of the early game. Eventually, Quad is going to be in a position where he gets fucking solo killed by fucking Zeka. Zeka is a goddamn demon. He's fucking scary. He blind picked Yasuo and Sylas. I think that's really fucking bad in terms of what the draft was. But it's kind of crazy what kind of CS numbers he's pushing out and how he's playing the fights, man. Here, I think that Quad was simply greedy because he wanted to keep ult and he wanted to keep flash and he wanted to keep everything because he wanted to just catch his wave and peace out. This is also huge. Now you think to yourself, the game is fucking over, right? The game is fucking over. Whippo flashed on Yon, so they killed him. How Alive should just have a freebie on their hands. Let's take a look at how everything shifts when it does. Find the moment. This is one of them, a little trap on bottom side. Yon, of course, a champion that can't buy tenacity, can't buy early QSS, can't go cleanse. So CC is very good against it. It goes without saying. Urgot dies on top. The trade tower. It is in the end of days. We continue. Here, I think the How Alive, I think the classiness of how fast they are rushing to key positions in the map is really beautiful. Inspired was chased across the map, and they saw him on this ward here, and they are just like, the moment, just because they see Amumu on this ward, How Alive is like, okay, we are taking tier 1 bot here. Tier 1 bot is ours. Amumu base late because he took crab, and this is a very big mistake, right? This is a very big mistake. He gets cancelled on the base, he gets pushed out, and here they will lose tier 1 because of him doing crab, in my mind. Because I think here Amumu should have base with the rest of his team, open through mid, and then do the defensive play on the bottom side after Casio pushes top, Kucha has TP, right? But instead, Inspired gets caught, they chase after him, and it means that they can't contest the Drake. Maybe they couldn't get contested Drake either way, right? Because he doesn't have ult. But I do think that Flacos is quite strong in this moment in time. Viper has no flash, Kalista and Renato quite strong, causes 2 items, Urgot is really strong too. Maybe there's a chance for them to fight. But this means that How Alive get the Drake, and there's an extended fight here. And the CC chain is very, very nice here from Delight, who basic attacks quad so much, so his E gets the Sejuani E gets procced, Peanut goes out so he doesn't get the reset, and then Delight snaps here and they walk away. But just because they saw fucking Inspire on that ward and he did crab, it just changes the whole nature of that play. Once again, I say this Gromp area is so crucial in this game. Zeka does a very good job of always farming the side waves. Whippo survives with low HP. He's always keeping pressure on bot, forcing somebody to show, which is important. We continue. This is when I talked about Yone the other day, about what's OP about Yone. Look at this. This is so dumb. Like for the tempo of the game and what you can get away with, this is so stupid, bro. What is this, man? What is this? What is this, man? This is so unfair, man. I hate that. Thank you for the blessings, guys. I really, really hate that. We move on. I'm gonna try to analyze here the How Alive Nasher, why they snap it. I think they think that Kalista based, honestly. Like Kalista not showing on the mid wave, I think they're just based. I think they think that they are. Bro, what are we analyzing? The diff here is so big in all lanes that you're analyzing why Zimbabwe lost to Real Madrid in football. No one. Why do people feel the need to say this? Because I get these type of comments often. Why are you analyzing this? This team is just better. Yeah, why did we watch the game? Why did we watch the game, bro? Why did we all watch the game? How Alive, we all knew How Alive would win. Why did we watch? Why did we watch? Why is there a tournament? Give the trophy to Genji, bro. Give the trophy to Genji. Give Billy second place. Would be nice considering their position. Give them second place. Give How Alive third place. Even there is no third place. Because there's no double elim. Why is it a tournament? Why even wake up? Why even eat? Why do anything? Dumbass. Alright. I think they see that Kalista caught the wave so fucking far off and that the enemy has no vision. And they just start hitting it. I like it. Urgot is on the bot wave. I think this is a good way of forcing Urgot TP out. I like it, man. I like it. I think this is a play to just force the TPs out. Urgot TPs, they managed to find the finish because they have so much fucking DPS with Kaiser Ginzu and Yone. And Jax, of course. And then Sejuani. They just do a shit ton of fucking damage to Nash, man. They did do, like, their Nash damage team is crazy. Like, look how fast they kill it. So 22-13. 22-13. 22-13, they're not even all hitting it yet. Yona's not hitting it. Yona's on mid-wave. That's 10, 13, 14, 15, with only 4 people hitting it. Kind of crazy. But I think this is also a good showcase of how good FlyQuest champions can be, right? Ergot TP's in the pit because he wants a fucking fight going, but How Life should just fucking run, right? They should just fucking run. They should just fucking run. Whippo makes the fight interesting. Peanut lets a Momo Q off the wall, and then the flash from Whip to follow on to Viper after the fucking ult chain goes. This is a very, very big positive for FlyQuest. 4 kills for 1 Nashor on the enemy team. That's really big. They just got an influx of 3,000 gold here, and they get mid tower as well. If you take a look at the Nashor power play, you see that 1.8k, considering you get 1,500 as well. That's really big. But here we go again. Inspired like a moth is on the Gromp. And How Alive already did these map openings before. I really like the fact that they just fucking skipped the wave on mid. They skip the wave on mid and walk straight to the position that matters. When they have a tempo advantage, they right-click everybody in the right spot. I think this is really, really nice. Because here, out of base, look at the Kaiser, the Sejuani. I don't know why Rel is on mid-wave, but there he is. I have no clue why the fuck he's doing this. I really don't know why he's here. Looks kind of goofy to me. But I guess it makes a Momo feel safe. Hey, Cookie. You're welcome. They skip the mid-wave and go straight on to Inspired, who just legit fucking cleared. He cleared a fucking pink here, man. And that means another Drake goes into the pocket of blue side, when this could have potentially been a decent fight for red side, considering Viper has no sums, right? The flag was lost some windows when they were strong and could maybe fight, you know? Do you think this lesson that is learnable for Flaggers by Sunday? Nah, it's like, it's just, these are fundamentals that people are aware of, but the quicker you are at them is based off how quick you assess information real time. And that is not something that you learn over a day, you know? That is like something that you grind out the whole year, getting better at. Because that's just like Delight and Peanut in a nutshell. It's like, why is Delight and Peanut considered like probably the best jungle super duo at the tournament? It's because of this, bro. It's because of this. I don't say that they are the best jungle and the best support, even though you can make the argument for Delight, right? I think owner performance, Canyon performance has been fucking crazy this tournament, right? I'm saying they are the best at the details of jungle and support in terms of tempo play and how to build vision. Because I think that you can make the argument that Tian and Meiko are like better team fighters, right? In terms of assessing their carry space and so forth. But just different details, right? Meiko and Tian are fucking fantastic too together. But I'm talking about these tempo swings, you know? We continue. Here in this moment, the game, we have this team fight here. Really well played by Maso, bro. He fucking sidesteps that, bro. He sidestepped that. Snap cleanses. That's cold as fuck, dude. That is based. Fucking beautiful. Really beautiful. Doesn't flash. Fucking sidesteps it, bro. That is crazy talk. Inspired. Straight out of fucking Spider-Man, Far From Home, or the fuck the movie was called. He's in deep. I think if he held Amumult a little bit longer, it's better. Because here, Urgot is not allowed to chain. So I think Amumult holding is better. Because imagine he Amumults later, Rel gets CC 2, which means that Urgot has access. Or Zeka flashes out. But most of the time, Zeka would have to preemptively flash because you can't react flash to Amumult. Right? It's very fucking hard. Impossible. Whippo goes deep, puts the light in the meat grinder, ba 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 ba. And How Alive need to run. No big way of progressing the game, but this is where Viper just fucking... I don't know how to describe it, bro. My fucking days, bro. Because Maso tried to Q him. And Viper thought that's fucking disrespectful. This matters a lot because it's just gold in Kaiser's pocket. This right here, it's another one of those tempo swings from How Alive where they just cross into top side first. I thought it's crazy that fucking Urgot lives. For me, it was nuts that Urgot lives. I think a key detail here is that Delight needs to hold his Q, because his Q breaks shields. And if he breaks shield the Sterak pop, I think that they can kill him. And if he flashes out earlier, he flashes out earlier. But I think you need to hold the Q. He flashes, and there's a Sterak. Probably if he holds Q, I think he just gets away either way. So I think I'm wrong there. I think if he holds Q, he gets away. Scratch what I said. I remembered wrong. Spire goes in, Whippo survives. They get the CC on P Nutty. And then P Nutty in the end into Whippo's meat grinder. And then finally we have Kaiser trying to kill Whip. And then he eats for the CC. There's no cleanse on Viper. And Whippo just walks away with his health intact. I don't know. It's hard to say that How Alive are making a bad play. It's really hard to say. It's just a question of Whippo being the only person here in the server that knows his limits. It's the only person in the server that knows his limits. Like, it's craziness. Pina gets killed. And then in the end, they also kill Jax, which means they get Ash. And FlyQuest, I think they're in a fucking lovely position. Once again, it's a question of that Drake again. Well, I mentioned that the Gromp, there's 3 crucial mistakes that happen on Gromp. It's going to be another one that happens. FlyQuest, siege on top side. FlyQuest don't get the tier 2. And now once again, look at How Alive. Ignoring the mid-wave. Just right-clicking side. The How Alive is doing this on repetition, guys. They're skipping mid-wave, going straight into enemy jungle. Through vision pockets that the enemy doesn't have vision in. This makes them fucking hard to play against, bro. Like, this is very unique about how How Alive is playing. When they are fast on the map, they don't go through mid. They just fucking right-click to side. I think it's Giga-based. And then Whippo here, surprise, motherfucker. This time, they don't want him to fucking get away. This time is a little bit easier. Delight is holding Q because he knows Whippo has no flash, and this is where he fucking penetrates the shield here. You see the penetration of the Q? And they kill him. And then FlyQuest commit all the way into this fight, but this wasn't the time. Maso gets caught, Zeka snaps him, Doran on the flank. And Viper, with his boys, cleared the fight. Quad gets snapped, triple kill for Viper, and GG. It's just that fucking tempo swing play, right? Just the tempo swing play on Whippo, they got caught by surprise. This happened to Inspire twice before Dragons 2. And this is something the teams that play against Hanwha Life should really pay attention to. Like, this is a very, like, we're gonna coin this the Hanwha trap. Like this is just the Hanwha play. Like when I say teams should do the Hanwha play, they're doing the Hanwha play, bro. Like, just when you have even tempo or you're ahead in tempo, just fucking skip the mid wave. Just fucking right click to fuck these people up that are doing camps in moments where they're waiting for their teammates to be ready, you know? It's really, really fucking cold. I like that a lot. All right, game number two. This, of course, this game was winnable for FlyQuest, but I think that still Hanwha Life played a lot better. Like, the level and the classiness of the shit that they pulled. Like, keep in mind, FlyQuest's big victories were because Whippo, like, survived that in the top situation in a play that looks good to me. I feel like you don't review that play and say, all right, guys, that was a bad play. No, that was like, oh shit, he's fucking tanking. That's it. There's nothing to learn from that shit, man. Do you think if they don't get caught here, Fly would have won this game? I think that's unfair to say. That's really, really unfair to say. Because if they don't make a mistake here, maybe they may make a mistake later. Like, they need to beat Hanwha Life. Like, it's fucking hard to beat Hanwha Life. It's very difficult. This is a fucking resilient team that know exactly where they need to be in most situations in the game. They are a tough fucking team to beat. They showed against G2, they showed against FlyQuest 2, you know? Not that they don't make mistakes, right? Because they did a couple, especially in game 2. But they are a very tough team to beat, and I think it would be very wrong to say, oh, if they don't die here, then they're gonna win the game. The same way it's wrong to say that if FlyQuest won game 1, that it's also wrong to say if they won game 1 that they would have got won game 2 the same way. Like, you don't know how the psychology of both teams would be if FlyQuest is 1-0, you know? Look, Whippo is doing a lot for this team in terms of taking fights, right? Like, I think he has fucking big balls. We saw it in the Renekton game too. He fucking swings his champion and he's willing to fucking fight and willing to trade resources. I think that there's a lot of Western players that are too afraid to trade resources, way too afraid. And then there's the status quo where the enemy can plan everything out, you know? I think Zeka struggles now when Yon and Smolder are banned. I think it's wrong to say that he struggles. I think it is right to say that maybe a conversation should be had about his meta read. Like, he plays Silas and Yasuo the best way you can in these games, but to want to pick Yasuo in this game is fucking troll, in my opinion. Like, you see Olaf, Leona, Kalista, Nunu, Leona, it's horrible, bro. This, in my opinion, should have been Syndra ban into Tristana pick, or just pick Syndra. Tristana. Like, ban Hui or Syndra, whatever you think the enemy's gonna play, and fucking play Tristana. This is Tristana game. That's what it is. Oriana's out, Cassio's out, Yon, Aurora is out. They should have fucking picked Tristana. But okay. I was surprised by the Hui. I thought that Hui is going to give Yasuo value. I was thinking there's maybe something better to pick, but I think it's okay too. I think it gives Yasuo win-wall value, but Hui is very good against Poppy, solid against Ezreal, I would say, good against Zyra, good against Renekton. So it's okay, you know? The Tristana abysmal win rate in solo game 48 and transit into pro. I think when you're getting this deep into the draft and your jungler already picked Zyra, I think it's okay. Yeah. We continue. Can you? I'm busy. do it. I don't know. All right. So apparently in an interview with Tolkien, he said, all right. We continue with the longest rundown of all time. Nuno's an interesting champ. Nuno's an interesting champ for sure. I think that he has insanely powerful spells. I think that his pressure on objective is super good. I think his E-spell is strong. W range, gang pressure range is good. I think that he can be very flexible in itemization. I think his ult is also really powerful, especially after they added the shield. I like Nuno. I honestly like Nuno. I don't comment too much on the build because I don't really know. Do you really think he's Z tier, as Alice says? I don't fucking. I think it's a solid champ. We continue. I think Zaka did a good job in the matchup. I think he did a good job in general in the game. I think that Whippo took a bad trade. Like Whippo took a bad trade here, and I think that bad trade made him get dove. Like he lost all of his HP, and Doran made this wave crash slow, which means that Renekton here can build a wave, bro. I don't know. I have no fucking. I don't care, man. I don't care about the conversation in the chat, man. So he took a bad trade, which means that Renekton can now build a big fucking stacking wave because the fourth wave is so close to his turret. He took a bad trade, and I wonder if Whippo needed to slow push 3 together with 4 to crash then, because he crashed on 3 and took a bad trade. Because now Doran can stack a big wave, and then he's crashing into the tower, and it's a 430, which means that Peanut's completed with his clear. And then he goes, no thank you. I don't want it right now, I don't know. Nothing. And it all comes from Whippo's mismanagement of wave 3 and 4. That's what it comes down to. We continue. And now his matchup is fucked. Inspired with a little steal. Flacos get to the Drake. But Whippo tries to cross. Peanut stayed after doing the Grump. I mean, sorry, not Grump, but Grubs. And Whippo's fucked. Kind of crazy how mismanaging wave 3 and getting out-traded there just broke his whole game. I think that's kind of nuts. I think it's kind of crazy. Doran slices him. He calls the meek. It's not a basic mistake he made. It becomes more intricate. It becomes more intricate the better players you play against. Because like a player like of Doran, I know we like to meme on Doran, but Doran's fucking good. Like if Doran's playing against Western top laners, he's fucking good. Like Doran is worse than Zeus, Bin, Keen. Zika maybe, right? Can he not cheat on 3 instead of staying? He could have based, maybe. But the 4th wave was already there, which makes it very awkward to cheater. But that trade that Doran did on 3 was just fucking... Yeah, let's not put words in his mouth saying he's essentially said that he doesn't respect Doran at all. That's... Has he actually said that in interviews, or are you putting words in his mouth? Doran better than Zeus? I think that's just a terrible take. In the pros interview with Sniper? Really? Okay, forgive me. I thought you were putting words in his mouth. If he doesn't respect Doran at all, I think that's very weird to say. I disagree with that take. Because the funny thing is, I don't think Whipple would ever say that, no? Because I feel like Doran is probably the Eastern players that is the most similar to Whipple. He just said that Sniper should look forward to playing other pores more like Bin. Yeah, I think, yeah, like I think Whipple really looks fond. He looks fondly on his memories getting fisted by Bin, you know? So, I think that changes you know? Yeah, I think there's definitely better top laners at the World Championship to get fisted by, you know, than Doran. I think that's fair. Okay. Spreading fake news. Alright. So this was a big comeback. This was very important. Very close that Doran has Dominus. Very close that he has Flash. Good timing gank. It is cool, you know, this is one of the strengths of fucking Nunu is that his gank range is fucking like this, you know? You know, Doran feels safe and then fucking... Fucking Nunu with his Nunubot skin just fucking rolls a snowball at you when you have vision. Like, this is the gank distance that you cover, you know? Very nice timing gank, and this brings Whippo partially back. Here, Whipmeister bases and goes into bot, which is nice as well. And they look for the Zeka gank, but the ball clips and there's no trade. And now Whippo got solo killed. Shit. I don't know if it was a question that he thought that the Renekton had no ult, because that's how it looks like. I don't know how else to justify this. Because it just seems like he's not aware of the fact that Renekton has ult. Maybe he thought that Renekton ulted on top play. I really think that he doesn't know that Doran has ult. Okay, solo killed. Here they send Hwayne to bottom side and they want to cover the play. Basically, he just goes into bot because he pushed mid already and Yon was in base, I believe. And Renekton used resources to push. That's a black cleaver Renekton. And now we have this moment here where Whippo, basically after TPing mid on the wave, he just walks straight top. It's like, I'm a mid laner now. I'm roaming top. It's a pretty decent play. It's a pretty cool play. I think the most important detail of this is that FlyQuest managed to make this a 1-for-1 in a world where there are 2 on bottom side, because they're finding Doran, Master flashes out, and Whippo gets out. It's huge. It's very, very big. I like this a lot. I think the conclusion here is really, really nice for FlyQuest. I didn't think they would have the damage to kill Doran. I think that Doran should live every time in my mind if he plays this properly at this play on bot. Let me see that again. I think he just was greedy about keeping his flash, and that's it. I think if he doesn't play to keep his flash, I think that he can live. Well, I guess he lives anyway. I'm thinking that he should just like flash E, you know? And then he's always out and he's healthier, but it didn't matter in the end. Here, I think that Zeka deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Well, I guess the opposite. What's the opposite of a Nobel Peace Prize? Because he just wanted war, bro. Like, he's fucking mean with it, man. I thought the flag was ball did a good job of pressuring Viper. Sorry, I'm very deep into the review, guys, so I'm kind of running on fumes here. Didn't like the Zeka pushed the next wave here. He shouldn't have, of course. He should just base for Blade. Not sure why he's so greedy, but he dies. Olaf at least gets space to go onto the mid turret with their Rift Herald, which is cool. And then Doran gets bot, but I think that would be the case even if Zeka didn't go for that deeper wave, because someone would have to go top. Here, Doran obviously doesn't know how Nunu works. Just starts TPing. This is obviously doesn't know how this champ works, bro. Obviously, Nunu E roots after the last snowball. Doran getting outplayed by game mechanics he never sees. Doran moments indeed. Here, imagine where we're inspired, you know. I think Weapon marking Doran, I think, makes sense. Quad is moving around, but him getting poppy ulted is rough. Nunu, Kalista is some of the best, probably the best objective control champs that you can have, right? Just fucking completely nuts what they can do. And I think that How I Life a little bit got away with murder. They're pursuing a fight that doesn't really work, and I think that Whippo sent it when he really shouldn't have. I think that in my mind, I do think that if Quad stays in this pocket and Busio just fucking goes and fights, I think that FlyQuest can just win here. This is one of those moments that you can use to describe, right? It's like if Whippo's playing Leona here, he's eating these fucking guys right now. They have Kalista ult to play with, Leona ult to play with. Why are they not fucking playing for this position that Quad was in? Why are they not fucking playing to fight these guys? Like, he can hug the dick wall and come from the angle of the bush if his team just fucking sends it, bro. Like, why are these guys just not fucking sending it full, you know? In the end, it ends up being a situation where Inspire gets poppy ulted and Whip was the one fucking sending it, you know? Maso has flash, has cleanse, has everything, you know? In the end, like, obviously Olaf sending it like this looked fucking bad, but why are they not fucking fighting in the first place, you know, when they are crossing? But okay. Yasuo, not a good champ in this game. He fucking ulted the target and has no brothers with him, and How Life overcommitted to the fight. The Yasuo pick is fucking trash, guys. It doesn't matter how good Zeka is, it's just not a good pick. Penalty gets caught doing the chickens. Continue. This is so strange. They don't get the poppy ult. They don't get the angle to go. I don't know why they don't... why don't they poppy E the Inspired right now and fucking murder him? I'm not sure why. Maso has no cleanse. I think How Life could have played this in so many different ways and better. They could have stopped. The poppy ult could have been better. They could have just fucking one-shot Inspired. Inspired is not tanky, guys. Look at Inspired's items. He has a Redemption and a fucking Balmy, bro. Like, they are flipping in the sense that they wanted to chin check the enemy based off of their information, and then they wanted to turn for a fight, which is okay. It's okay. I think that's fine to do. Because Quad is late. Like, look how late Quad is. This is just a tempo swing dash. I think that Inspired should get fucking snapped here, either into that wall, into that wall. Like, no, so just the Riot just needs to fucking E him. And instead they sent it on Kalista, and FlyQuest are just in the pit, and then it's in smite range with Inspired. He jumps it, they kill it, and FlyQuest gets the fucking Asher. Whippo continues into the fight, runs the enemy down. Props to Whipple for fucking recovering in this game, right? Like, he was fucking getting doped twice, and that timing gank from Inspired was fucking nice. He got solo killed, and then the top situation, he played well. FlyQuest now got a free Nash, and they are on 2 Drakes. And the composition is working out for them. Enemy has Yasuo. Enemy has Yasuo. We pass forward. Three core now on quad. Solari on Nunu, he's fucking strong too. And Olaf is level 16 with Sterak. Everything points in the direction that FlyQuest is just fucking massive, you know? Massive. Not sure what Doran's doing here in terms of his face check. They have vision in this bush, so I don't know why he's going forward. He just gets rooted by Nunu again. He walked into Hui route. I think Doran's just straight up running it down, bro. Like, there's no explanation here. Like, my man just doesn't want to play the game. Yasuo's bot, they get tier 2 bot and tier 2 mid. This isn't the end of days for either team, but FlyQuest getting Nash, of course, is huge, especially because the next Drake is now spawning, which is Soul. How Alive is on it. They tried to hit it to be on the objective first, but I think How Alive fucking realized now that their comp is fucking trash, bro. They just walk away, give Soul, FlyQuest now. Giga GG, bro. Giga GG. I think Busio is not fucking playing the game as if he has Kalista ult. I think that Busio has improved, but in this game, like, whereas I don't feel like he has Kalista ult. Like, why doesn't he fucking snap, send it on people, go with E, just fucking CC somebody, get ulted out, can they get one shot because quad is there? Like, why doesn't he look for a fucking E here, you know? Why doesn't he send it? Kalista ult will fucking save him, he has so many chances. His E doesn't land, that's fine too, no problem. Poppy ult and Kalista is kind of clean with it. Whipple here, I think that Whipple drifted a little bit too far. I think if he turns around now, would have been juicy, because I think he can go for it. I think that if he Q's Viper is also fucking huge. I think, honestly, you can just fucking right click him and auto attack him here, honestly. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Did he? I think Whipple probably could have played this better. I think Whipple could just basic attack Viper there and then the game ends. But okay. Look, it always takes 2 to tango, okay? I think it's... I praised FlyQuest, rightfully so, but you have to also look at what How Alive did, right? Yasuo blind, Silas blind. This is psycho behavior. Psycho behavior. How Alive versus FlyQuest game 3. Let's talk about the draft first. I think that the 1-2 is very dangerous. If they pick Orianna or Rakan on 3, I think that the game is just... then I think that How Alive drafts is just way better. Like, they did the Zeka World Tour, you know? They did the Zeka World Tour. Someone is sending some content piece, let me see that. From...
We don't win. I think it's not bad. Okay, front to back, play slow.
Q and 2?
Yeah, that guy's dead. Go Poppy next.
Yeah. Yo. Huh? Never mind. It's fine.
What? Speak your mind.
Don't make emotional calls. Just play the game and watch what's happening.
Okay. By saying it's fucked is not good in the game. You really shouldn't say this. Especially like when your teammates are playing the game, you know? Alright. Let's take a look at this. So, the Silas, I talked about it. It's like, if they are thinking I have Vi-ult against Cassio to break it, that's okay. Right? I think that the rotation of Kai'Sa Vi is really bad because of what we talked about before. I think Xayah is good into Kai'Sa. It's one of the only matches where I think Xayah can pass right now, the current meta. I think that picking Silas is psychotic. It's psychotic, man. They should pick Oriana or Rakan. And then I think it's kind of GG, the draft, in my opinion. So, Rakan, Skarner, I think. Rakan banned. Yeah, but it's a 4-5 ban, my Maple Leaf 40 friend. It's a 4-5 ban. I'm saying they should pick it on 3. So, Kaiser Vi lock-in, I'm not with it. I am not with it. Oh shit, actually it wasn't Maple Leaf 40. My Maple Leaf, I'm sorry my Maple Leaf. It was actually a Samsung Poby. Of course it was Poby. Poby just ruins everything. Okay. Here we go with the Poppy again. I don't like the Poppy lock-in here. I think you should pick Nautilus. I think you should pick Nautilus because you need ways to pressure Cassio. You don't pressure Cassio, you pick Gnar. Right now, this is a game where Cassio can really fucking... Cassio is good against 5 champions of the enemy team. Cassio is good against 5 of the enemy champions, and I thought that this is a game that Cassio can carry. I like the Sion lock-in too, I think it's solid here. Silas doesn't have any great ults, but I think that in-game, how I realized, we cannot kill Cassio with Xayah and Poppy and Skarner and Gnar. We need to fucking steal Vi ult, and if we don't have Vi ult, we have no way of killing Cassio. So Zeka was just keeping his ult on all the time, waiting, and he always stole Vi ultimate. We had the swap happen. Even Steven, I think Whippo did a good job of staying at good CS in the game, keeping strong in the game. Silas was 10 CS ahead, Xayah was 10 CS ahead. They just fucking SK team things, I guess. We continue. Here, I'm not so sure what the fuck we're doing. Vi is going into bottom side. She has accepted her top lane, bot lane can't get dove. And he's going to cross into bot to do his camps, to play for himself because he has nothing to do here. I don't know why Busio decides to send it in this moment. We just fucking Qs and Ws. Like, this would have been a horrible trade even if fucking Peanut wasn't here. So, either way, this was troll. He gets grabbed, he gets killed, and Viper killing spree begins. 1-0. Now he has Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver, Xayah, Poppy. 2v3, I think they can win. 2v3 they can win. Because Xayah is very good against Vi, Kai'Sa, and Rel. Every Kai'Sa pairing is a melee support, and that's why Xayah additionally is really good against Kai'Sa. Because she's good against all the supports that you pair with her too. When she has Cleanse, Essence Reaver, and ult, and flash, you don't want to even attempt to fight. Every fight should be around mid. I should look to pressure mid through Cassio. Cassio is the carry of this game. Everybody else doesn't matter. They thought they could kill Delight for free here. I don't know if they thought that Viper could base because Delight is sitting a ward here. And then eventually Viper goes into river and recalling. They snap onto the boy, meaning the Poppy. But this is just an invitation for Viper to annihilate. Big Poppy ult on 3. And then Viper just begins to snap. He ults. Flash is too late. Masu gets clipped still by the damage. And Viper with Essence Reaver gets a fucking double kill. Not good. Not good. All the meanwhile, Skarner is chilling and pressuring Whippo. Now the rest of the game really is a question of can Cassio get strong enough to 1v9 this game? That's why I don't like the Road of Ages purchase. I think that Quad is over-indexing on HP in his builds. I think that in games like these, honestly, Archangel, Leandri into Pen, or maybe like if you really want a defensive item, you just get like the Banshee for yourself because you want to block the Vi ult from Silas. I don't like this fucking full HP stack build because I think at some point you're not even tanky anymore, and at some point you don't even do damage anymore. I'm not a big fan of the Road of Ages. I think the Road of Ages build made a lot more sense when they played against fucking the comp of PSG. Then I think Road of Ages made sense because that was just like survive and win. But here, like, you need to have DPS too, you know? You need to have DPS. You are the DPS here. Especially when you are so magic damage heavy. We continue. Here you'll notice for the rest of the game that Silas is just waiting to steal Wild. Really good drifting here from Zeka after taking that bot tower. He gets all the way into mid. This is something that you can do. Beautiful. Boom. And then he pieces out. 6 gloves as well in Our Life's pocket. And they get the mid to the 2. Ready put top. Zeka stole Wild. We fast forward to the points that matter. Alright. DJ on the cam. Here, you can see Zeka's just holding, waiting. I think they do a good job of like inspired play here on the Viper. It's pretty good, I think. Let me see, is it a Q flash or how does he connect with Viper like this? No, he just flash R's to make it instant. He just flash R's to make it instant. So he gets a CC and then Cassio flashes. And then Zeka snaps back. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I feel like Inspired does the best he can out of the situation. But maybe Quad just miasmas wrong. Because if he miasmas this, Viper could have flashed in the Zoots. What do you mean? I honestly don't know if it works. Does the grounded go off? I think the grounded goes off, right? Maybe you have a point. Because it's something that refreshes all the time. Maybe you could have flashed. Maybe you're right, man. I think it's fine that Busi walks out because he doesn't have Q and E. But anyhow. Yeah, I think it makes sense that he should be able to have flashed Viper. Unless it's bugged. I will check her statuses. Let's see. Bro, where's the debuff? This is the debuff, right? This one, the last one. Okay, I think it's off. It's actually off. He could have flashed. King of Chess is right. He could have flashed. But okay, I think the rest of the game is fucking history, guys. I think they're just getting by with too much gold and they cracked the code with the Vi. I think Zaya is so good against Vi, Kaiser and Rel, and she got too much gold, and then I think that Cassio build makes him not be able to carry, but I think even if he had a different build, wouldn't have made a difference, I think. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's a long one. Tomorrow, I honestly think that Fnatic can maybe win. I think Weibo play much better, but Weibo draft quite poorly. So I think there's a world where Weibo lose, but I think Weibo is the better team. I think Team Liquid will 2-0 GAM, bro. I think they will 2-0 GAM. I don't see anything else, mate. I really don't see anything else. I think they're 2-0 in GAM. No problem, honestly. I think GAM is giga overrated, guys. They are really fun, they are good, and they should be very, very proud. But Team Liquid is 2-0 in them, guys. So I think Team Liquid is gonna win. I think that Weibo's gonna win. In my previous video, I did an interview with Mowgli. I think he said right now, most teams don't know the meta, bro. Like, most teams don't know the meta. And he says that we're gonna make commitments. And then he said, I hope that God is on our side, because you need luck to win worlds. And he says, we're going to practice certain things and we're gonna hope that that's the right thing. Because I think, even though FlyQuest, you know, this draft was very creative. Like, this draft was giga creative. This one though, I'm not gonna lie, I think that How Alive just fucking completely griefed the 4-5. Because this 1-2-3, I think against this 1-2-3 is perfectly fine. I don't think that FlyQuest did something fucking mind-blowingly genius here, you know? I really don't think so. It's just that, oh, they picked Nunu, that's a cool champ. And then they picked, enemy picked Yasuo into this. It's horrible, bro. Really, really bad. So, there's that. This 4-5 is just poop, I think. Straight up poop. What would you have drafted instead? I think I would have liked Alistar support more. Alistar support. And then I think that either you pick a mage or you just play Tristana in this game. That's where I'm at. Because Tristana is not a great champ, but if Smolder is out, Orianna's out, Cassio is out, Yone, Aurora is out, I think Tristana becomes okay. And it's something that Zeka likes to play a lot, and I think that it would have been fine. And if there's something that you want to ban, you can pivot your bans for it, right? And there's that. Okay. And then the final one as well, right? The Silas. I think just here FlyQuest picked Kaiser Vi and made Zaya too OP.